Are you visiting Iceland anytime soon? I'm not, but you know what? I'm a curious person. So we're going to check out this video, what to know before visiting Iceland. Iceland versus the USA by Walter's World. So his name's Mark Walter. Great channel. He does a lot of travel videos, a lot of videos about like, you know, what to do here, what to do there, what to expect kind of things, what the differences are, stuff like that. So yeah, links down below for this. Let's jump into it. Thanks for watching with me and all that good stuff.
Hey there, fellow travelers. Mark here with Walter's World, and we're in Iceland, driving around, taking this beautiful country. And see what we have for you are some of the differences between Iceland and the U.S. Now, one thing you should know is Iceland is pretty windy, so I apologize for the wind, but let's get started.
Yeah, it is.
Now, the first thing you might want to know is, what do they speak in Iceland? Well, they speak Icelandic, and no, you will not figure it out. So the thing I would say is make sure you know how to say tuck, which is thank you, and bless, which is bye-bye, and hey, which is hello. Otherwise, you'll be fine with English. The Icelanders, they speak English very, very well. Even the little kids. We had a discussion on the Western Islands with an 11-year-old about how you raise baby puffins in perfect English. They speak English very, very well here.
That's
so you should
cool.
have no problems
a puffin?
With that. So one of the things you'll see with the languages when you drive around, it's like, there's letters I've never seen before. I don't know what that sound means. Well, luckily, the letters that look a little different look like letters like you have in normal English. So you'll see like what looks like a D, but they move the tail from the bottom to the top. And it looks like a P, but there's a little thing up on the other side. Also, looks like an A and an E had a baby together. It makes it sound like an A and E together.
Okay, so some Icelandic letters. So it makes a th sound. So that makes the me there sounds like the. I can't even say that. Okay, it means I'm sorry. That makes a the sound. Okay, so that and that. Okay, so this one and this one they both make a the sound, evidently. So, okay, so this one here is explanatory. I mean, that makes the A sound, you know, that's pretty explanatory. And then, of course, that one, you know, makes sense too. Hey, you know. And I can probably get rid of his background noise for him since I'm reacting to this. So you may not hear any background noise, but I hear, and if you go to the original video, you'll hear a ton of wind noise. I may be able to clean that up a little bit into Vinci. We'll see.
Also, looks like an A and an E had a baby together. It makes it sound like an A and E together. So you have that.
Good analogy for that letter.
What you should know, though, is English is spoken all over the country. And the next question you might have is, what money do they actually use here in Iceland? Now, you'll see prices sometimes, you know, quoted in euros.
What money do they use? I don't know if they have their own money or if it's the Danish krone or whatever it's called, because Iceland is or wait, no, that's Greenland, right? Is it Green? Wow. I'm going to get it in the comments. Is Iceland or Greenland? It's Greenland that's owned by Denmark, right? Who owns Iceland? Or what nation is Iceland a part of?
Well, the use here is the Icelandic crown or the Icelandic krona. Now, if we look at the bills, you have a 10,000 krona bill, a 5,000 krona bill, a 1,000 krona bill, and a 500 krona bill. Okay. Now, also they have coins, and the coins they have, there's a 1 krona coin, a 5
fish and crabs.
Krona coin,
that's
cool. A 10 krona coin, a 50 krona coin, and a 100 krona coin. Now, if you're looking to get money when you are here, there are ATMs. What you have to know is when you drive around Iceland, it is very sparsely populated. So, yes, you can get money at ATMs, but there's not ATMs all over the country. So make sure you get some cash when you get out of the airport so you have it if you're going to do the drive. But what's cool is here, they take credit cards everywhere, so it's not a problem. And actually, some of the gas stations, they're just pumps, and you just use your credit card to pay at the pump, and there's no people there. So make sure you call your credit card company, let them know that you're going to be traveling in Iceland, okay? So your card's open.
Icelandic sweater, huh? Wait a minute, that actually kind of matches my hat in a way. Huh. I should get one of those and wear it with this hat.
Now, in terms of prices when you're here, Iceland is pricier than the U.S. I would say about 25% more for food and accommodation. But it's not as bad as other Scandinavian places like Norway, so it's not super horrible, but it is pricier.
Scandinavian. Does he mean Nordic? Because Scandinavian is specifically the Scandinavian peninsula, right?
Now, in terms of the pricings and stuff like that, if you're going out to a restaurant, now when are restaurants open? Yes, they have the typical, they're open up at 11 for lunch and they'll serve food throughout the day. They don't close in the afternoon, so you can get that. And the restaurants you're going to see is when you're driving like the ring road like we are, we're in the southeast part of Iceland right now, there's not a lot of restaurants around there. So you're going to need to get food at grocery stores like Bonus or Netto to have with you so you have snacks and lunch along the way. Now, when you actually do go to those restaurants, the service you will have is fine. The Icelandic people, seriously, are probably the nicest people we've met anywhere in Europe, and they are fantastic, and they're super friendly with the service.
And those birds look cool. Yeah, so his audio's all over the place, but he's came a long way. I mean, this is a 8-year-old video, and if you've seen any of his newer videos, there's no audio issues. It's high quality, so 8 years ago, he's definitely improved for sure. And like I said, I'll try to clean it up a little bit on my end when when I edit the reaction.
And what's crazy is you don't have to tip in Iceland. Even though you get nice service that people are fantastic.
Hold on.
Is you don't have to tip in Iceland.
Well, that's great. I don't like to have to tip anyways. What's going on with the guy, right? Like, what is this white stuff that this guy has all over him? What is going on? I don't see anybody else. Okay, well, no. I guess there is, where's this person back here? Yeah. And a couple people here with a little white on their face, but nothing like that guy right there. I'll tell you that much.
Even though you get nice service that people are fantastic, there's no tipping. I mean, if you want to tip, no one's going to say no to your money. And no, it's not illegal to tip in Iceland. You can.
It's not
but
illegal.
You just don't have to because you don't have to. You don't tip in Iceland. So
are these hot springs then? Because Iceland, I'm pretty sure this is where they have an Icelandic brown bread, and it's kind of like a rye bread, but it has like sugars and stuff, maybe brown sugar. I don't know for sure. Don't quote me on the recipe at all because I never made it. I watched a video about it one time, but all the volcanic activity and all the steam that's in the ground in Iceland, they cook it in the ground. Like they'll make this bread, they'll wrap it up, they'll put it inside of their pan, and then they'll like bury that like a couple feet down or something in the ground and let it sit for like 24 hours or something. It's pretty interesting.
There is that. Now, if you're looking to get around Iceland like we are, we're doing the big circle around the whole country.
That was that white stuff then. Is it minerals then? Because they're in like a mineral spring kind of. Because yeah, if you look over here, there's a bunch of stuff on the edge and a little bit accumulating on top of these rocks and stuff there. And it looks like on the top of that guy's head. and clearly the kid's face. So yeah, so this might be like some minerals from the mineral springs. And yeah, so there's a handful of it right here I just noticed. Yeah, that's that white stuff that's all over everybody's face. I wonder if he'll mention what it is.
Circle around the whole country, you're going to need to rent a car. And I would recommend a 4-wheel drive vehicle just in case, because the roads are okay, but they get narrow sometimes and a little off the beaten tracky. And sometimes there's dirt roads out there you go on, and you'll probably feel more comfortable in a 4-wheel drive vehicle. Also, You should know if you're on the ring road, the bridges go into 1-lane bridges, which can be a bit scary. So pay attention to see if anybody's coming so you know when you're supposed to go. Okay. Now, you can also take.
So you just have to like back up and sit in the middle and wait for the next person to pass then. I don't need to go back, but you've seen that bulge section. There's a section just in the middle, just wide enough to go past. 2 cars at a time, that's it.
Buses around the country, there is a pretty extensive bus network. They just don't go very often, so that might kind of take away from using that. And we do recommend taking your own vehicle so you can stop at places like this. We have the mountains in the background and empty farmhouses.
Yeah, I was going to say something about that. Like this place here looks really cool. I mean, it would suck to live there probably. I mean, that's in the middle of nowhere. I mean, right? It'd be cool. It'd be peaceful, sure. But like, You got to travel a distance to go get any groceries or do anything, of course. And it looks like it would be a drafty house.
You got the glaciers behind me over here. You can get off and see the iceberg lakes and all kinds of great stuff. Now, in terms of some other things you need to know, where are you going to stay when you're in Iceland? What you should know is in Iceland on these ring roads, there's no hotels. You're going to be staying at guest houses, okay? That can hold, 4 or 5. There's like 4 or 5 rooms. So when you're looking at TripAdvisor and these other places, there's no point in looking at hotels. You're going to stay at guest houses in people's homes. We've stayed in many people's homes. They've been fantastic. A lot of those, what they'll do is they actually have a kitchen you can use, and they'll charge like, 10 euros for breakfast or more. You're like, that's a lot. Well, you know what? You can get your own food at the grocery store and bring it there and cook, and that's what we recommend doing.
Yep.
But in terms of hotels, though, your hotels, basically you're going to Reykjavik. They have plenty of hotels there. Outside of there, guest houses are bed and breakfast kind of setups. Now, you might think, well, Mark, you're driving around this country. You ever worried your stuff's going to get stolen or anything like that? No, Iceland is the safest place out there. I mean, it is insane safe. It's like scary safe. It's like, you almost don't need to lock your doors. I still would because there's some bad tourists out there. Not the Icelanders, they're totally cool, but like the other tourists out there. So lock up your stuff, but you don't really have to. It is insane.
Yeah, it's not the Icelanders you got to worry about. It's the other tourists you got to worry about.
Safe here, so no worries about that. If you got kids, the kids will wander the streets and ride their bikes and hike all by themselves. No.
Very jagged Iceland, land of fire and ice, right? Like the fire part, of course, is the volcanic activity. I mean, look how jagged all those peaks are. You know what I'm saying? This is crazy.
No big deal. Nobody's calling Child Protective Services here because it's Iceland. You're supposed to explore and let your kids explore, and it is fantastic. Now, in terms of other like little small things you might want to know about, for tourists, like, okay, we're flying in. What time is it in Iceland? It's in the middle of the Atlantic, in the North Atlantic. So what time is it? It's Greenwich Mean Time. That means it's on London time, Lisbon time. It's on that time there. So 5 hours ahead of New York, 6 hours ahead of Chicago. Okay,
yeah.
1 hour behind Frankfurt. Okay, that gives you a rough idea. Also, if you're looking at, the toilets when you come here, toilets work the same way, no holes in the ground, nothing like that. But do know sometimes you might have to pull a plunger up to flush it, or it has the 2 buttons that you might push. Big button for big jobs, little button for little jobs.
Okay, I've seen this in other videos to conserve water. You don't need as much water for certain things as other things, right?
And then you want to look at plugs because you want to charge your batteries and stuff like that because you
can tell the car's driving by annoy him when he's filming, which I completely would be the same way.
Going to take so many beautiful pictures and videos here. I mean, it's 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm almost out of battery in this one. And the plugs here are the typical European 2 circle plugs. In the US, we have the 2 flat ones. Here, they have the 2 circle ones.
Okay.
You can bring your chargers from the US for your laptop, your tablet or whatever. You can have that and just get the converter that changes this to this, and you'll be okay. Now, and then, if you want to know in terms of sites, when you come to Iceland, you're not going to historic sites. You're going to natural history sites, like going to see the lagoon with all the icebergs.
Hold on, wait. I'm sure there's historic sites there. I would find them if I was there. If I was going there, I would totally look for something. There's got to be something. A shipwreck somewhere, right? I mean, there got to be something.
In it, or going to the Blue Lagoon and go lay in the spas, or go see the fjords. It's natural beauty here, and really, it's
natural beauty, sure, but like, what is that? Is that fully natural? What is that?
And the spas, or go see the fjords. It's natural beauty here, and really, it's otherworldly beauty when you come here. And honestly, I say, if you're going to come to Iceland, you're thinking about coming here, watch our video, 10 things that'll shock you about Iceland, to really get some of the big things out there. Also, 5 love and hates of visiting Iceland, 10 things to see in Iceland. Those videos will really help you out. Heck, we even have one on 10 things to eat in Iceland, but I'll give you a quick summary of some of the things to eat in Iceland. Fish, salmon, cod, trout, char. Those are the big fish, and lobster. You want to eat lamb when you're here. You can drink the water. It is fantastic. Some of the best water out there. And if you go out to a restaurant, you don't have to order a beer. Viking beer is the beer here. It's expensive, or the
Viking beer. I want that. I want some Viking beer.
The homemade the vodka here. You don't have to do that. Those are
Ew,
expensive.
vodka.
You can drink the water, and no one says anything about it if you just drink water at dinner. So anyway,
Appelson. Okay, so Appel, but it's orange. Interesting. Isn't that sinus apple? In Dutch, which is almost so sin and then appel, sinus apple, like that, but backwards. I don't know.
I hope that helps you get to know a little bit more about Iceland before you come. Hope it prepared you a little bit. People are fantastic. The lamb is amazing. The food's good with all the fish. And I mean, seriously, this is just too gorgeous for words. Anyway, I'll say bless, bless, bye-bye from Iceland.
Bless, bless. All right, guys. Iceland. What is this? Just pictures and stuff? The end of the video? Yeah. So, very cool. I would check out some Icelandic brown bread. Go find a video on that. Walter may have one. It may be in his video. Go check out his video about foods on Iceland. We may even circle back around and react to it. Who knows? But in the meantime, go check it out. He has a ton of good videos and stuff. So like I said, links to his video is in the description section of this one. You guys have a super fun, awesome day. Like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care. Bye.